This time I have a JVC MX-J9. This is a mini system with a 3-disc CD changer and a double cassette deck. And both the CD changer is not working and the cassette deck doesn't open. Let's see what's wrong with this one. We'll just try loading a disc and see what it does. No disc, it says. So there's a problem with the CD player. Let's pop the top off it and see if we can figure out what's wrong with this one. So screws come out of the back and on the side to open these units up. Sometimes you get a lot of dust building up, as you can see. And sometimes the lens just gets clouded with dust and will cause the CD not to read. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just blow some compressed air and make sure there's no dust in the mechanism. So let's give it a quick blast of air. And now, before I'm doing anything else, we'll just try loading a disc again and see if anything has changed. Doesn't appear to be even attempting to spin the disc. So it's more than just dust on the lens. Next I want to look under here, so I'll remove this little blank board, which is what holds this clip in place. See, it's nothing, just a piece of blank board. But that's what locks that clip in place, and then I can remove this screw here and should be able to lift the top of the pickup out of the way, so that, or the clamp out of the way, so I can inspect the CD laser itself. And it actually looks like it's got a big layer of dirt still on it. So we'll just take a Q-tip and some isopropanol and see if we can clean the top of the lens. We'll look down at the laser with night shot and see whether we're getting any light coming out of the laser. And we do see the laser coming on, and the laser lens is attempting to focus. So let's just drop a disc in again. I'll drop a disc in without the clamp in place and see whether it tries to spin now after polishing off the lens a bit. Still no attempt to spin. We could have a bad pickup, could have a bad motor. That's certainly a possibility. Other things that can cause problems is this little switch here that detects when the pickup is home. So I'm just moving it a bit there. And the switch is working because it doesn't try to focus until the switch is activated, so that's not the issue. Could be a bad spindle motor. That'll be the next thing to try, is the spindle motor. I believe the lasers on these actually lift out very easily. They just kind of pop right out. Just like that. unplug this motor. And check out the motor, make sure the motor's okay. These sometimes give us trouble. These flex cables sometimes cause issues. Be careful not to touch the flex cable while the laser is connected, because it could damage the laser. We need to actually put the little shorting point in here before touching anything. I should have done that before removing it from the chassis. There's where you short your laser diode. I do want to test the integrity of the flex cable. So I've got my hand grounded out, grounded to the chassis. We're going to carefully undo the clip here, remove the ribbon cable, and I'm going to test this with my multimeter to make sure that they all go through and that there's no breaks. Okay, ribbon cable is testing continuity between all the conductors. I'll reinstall the pickup assembly. I verified the motor also spins when I put an external 6-volt supply on it. The motor spins like crazy, so it's not a fault with the motor. Now that I have it all plugged back together, let's see if it's going to try to spin the disc now. Okay, good. Now it's going to try to spin the disc. Let me put the disc clamp assembly back on, and let's see if I've made any progress. This clamp fits in like that, and there's a screw that holds it in on this side. Okay, I've got 3 discs that I've loaded. We'll see if we'll play these discs. We'll start with disc number 1. Sounds like it's playing that one. Next track. Like your sound effects. Okay, we'll try the next CD number 2. Can't play this one for more than a few seconds for obvious reasons. Sounds a bit noisy, doesn't it? Go on to CD number 3. This disc doesn't look like it's in straight. You know, I think the spindle is bent.
Picture you in the sun, wondering what went.
That's me skipping forward. Well, it appears to be working now. All I did on this one was I cleaned the pickup, blew the dust out of it for starters, cleaned the pickup, and just unseated and reseated the ribbon cable is all that was done on this one. I'm going to let it play here for a bit off camera and just monitor it for a bit, but let's check this, let's check out the cassette deck portion of this unit, because it's got a double cassette as well, and it's got a play side and a record play side. So let's just take a look at the cassette decks and see if they work. I don't think the cassette deck's been used in a long time in this. What do you think? It's pretty disgusting down there on this one to look at all the spider webs and dust and crap that's in here. Probably no dirt on the heads, it's just all the spider webs and dust. There's actually spider webs inside this thing. That's disgusting. Look at the dust and dirt in this machine. I don't think there's any dirt on the heads. I don't think the head tape deck's ever been used. Looks like it's brand new. So it should work. We'll give it a try. See whether it plays. How do I work the cassette deck on this tape? Oh, you know what? I bet you the belts are. I bet you the belts are all gone. Yeah, the belts are. The belts are all mush, turned to mush on this one, so I'll let the fellow know that owns this thing. He doesn't want to spend much money on it, if any, so so we still got a problem with the CD player. If you notice, the disc is wobbling. I don't know if you can see it from that angle, but maybe if I tilt it up a bit, The disc is not, the disc is doing this, right? The spindle is bent, and you can hear it when it's playing certain times. Hear it? So this one needs a spindle motor because the spindle is bent, and it needs both belts in the cassette deck replaced. And it, unfortunately, this one is just not worth doing. I'll inform the fella tomorrow that it's just not worth fixing this unit. He doesn't want to spend a lot of money, and these can be had for less than $30. In fact, I've seen them for as little as $20 at the second-hand store. So, unfortunately, this one here is a write-off, and don't know what he wants to do with it. You know, if he scraps this one, this would be a good donor unit to get a motor out of, because it's got a dual-speed motor. But belts are shot, so you know, to change the belts and change that spindle motor is more than the unit's worth. Unfortunately, this is the way it is a lot of times with a lot of these small things. So we look at them and spend a little bit of time just to see if we can get them going, but this one's not worth fixing. Thanks for watching.